To start off, my research process before this class was looking up sources by typing out my topic and choosing the first one that I found that looked like would fit my topic perfectly. Instead of analyzing my sources thoroughly, I would read them and take the information as facts and would not question them at all. I would also just focus on what was mentioned in the sources and not what was missing, not knowing that many times sources miss a big section of what they're actually trying to research. My research process has now changed drastically. Looking for sources is now easier because I know what keywords to use when physically looking for them on Google Scholar or UTRGV Library. I have also learned how to do my own research. Instead of believing the authors about their claims, I take them as just that, claims. I look for a way to test this out myself and test it out to see if the author was being biased or not. With testing out my source, I have also figured out how to analyze my sources for what it is that they are investigating, and if the communities can change the whole point of view of the source and the answer that I'm looking for. Some examples that helped my research process change were the UTRGV library, the crap sheets, and the table talks. And I want to explain to you how these things helped. To start off, the UTRGV library, I will show you how the keywords affect the way you can find a source. For example, my topic was, how do you know if your research is credible or reliable? So in order to find a source of that, I will type in finding credible research. And by just bringing my big question to those 3 small words, I am now in a page with results that are more personalized, and results that are just in what I am looking for specifically. They are just focusing on research, on finding research, and on it being credible. So I can now look through all of these articles and books and find one that will work for me. The second example that has helped my research process was the crap sheets. And I will show you one right here. This is the crap sheet for one of my sources of how college students evaluate and use information in the digital age. The crap sheet breaks down the source from the authors all the way down to what they claim in the article. So as we can see here, it's asking for the dates that it was published. Is it answering your question? It's also asking about the authority. So it focuses on the authors, on what they do, what they have, where it is that they work, and all of that. So we can see the background and see if we are okay with supporting the claims and things that they are saying in their sources. And as you can see, I keep scrolling down. It just asks a lot of questions and helps you realize if your source is actually the one for you or if you should go back and find another one. The third example that has helped my research process develop more in this class was the table talk. So with the table talk, we broke down all of the information for our sources, and it helped us find what or who they were not talking about to help us find the gap in our sources. So here is my table talk conversation. I have my topic and my 3 authors right here. For each author, I did write down what or who they are and what each source is talking about. And seeing it all together in one paper visually helped me realize what it was that I was missing, what it was that they were talking about, or what they were missing. And here is the second part of representing the differences or how I was going to make my post and my opinion on all of this. And for any future scenario, this what I learned in this class is going to help me because I want to be an elementary school teacher. And if there's ever any problems in my classroom, for say maybe my students are not learning or not grasping the information because of my teaching methods, I can go ahead and research, find sources that are talking about that are talking about different teaching methods, and actually put them to test and put various methods that I find in these resources, or in these sources, sorry, put them to the test to see which one works best for my students, what works best for me. And this is how what I learned in this class will help me in my future. By applying all of the skills that I learned, it will help me further my teaching skills and help me find the best way to engage my students. Of course, by testing it out myself.